Hey, you look good.
You too.
You look really good. Are you? Uh-oh, you're always so nervous around me. It's okay. Calm down.
It's true. It's the socks.
It's
the lemon yellow socks
they're
that get
yellow.
me going.
They're the Christmas spirit. I do different colors for Christmas.
You're not into the Christmas spirit.
Does your house look like
you make
this?
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood look like urban decay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Isn't it beautiful?
Is that a health safety hazard having?
Yeah. I have to go put a log on in a minute, so because it's. So what is your house all? Because you have children, so you must.
I do. I have two boys. No, I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday of the year, and it's huge. It's kind of like Thanksgiving in Ireland. Christmas is the big holiday. So we've been decorating for the last week, trying to get everything up and the tree ready, and outside the house. And I have an ongoing competition with a neighbour.
Oh, really?
It's very
Who's winning?
Very Clark Griswold. I'd have to say the neighbour's winning, but it's close.
Do you have pictures?
I do, and
what are we seeing first? The neighbours?
First, the neighbour's house, which is pretty impressive.
Wow.
And I'm getting closer and closer. And this is my. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful, and this is my house. So it's a work in progress.
That is
visual comedy.
Wow. That's festive. And your kids are all into. Do they know Santa is watching them?
They know Santa's watching. Santa's great for bartering.
Yes.
Yeah, he's great. Anything. They're so much easier to work with these days, I find.
Around Christmas time?
Around Christmas time, because anything goes down, and then, if you don't do that, Santa's not gonna. It's just that simple. He's not gonna.
Right.
Naughty list.
Yeah.
And so Henry's very obedient, and James are very obedient this time of year.
It's a shame it doesn't last all year long in July going, Santa's still watching,
Well, it's going to, and Henry's probably watching backstage now because he's here today, so
I'm
going to tell him, yeah, so he's got to be...
I want to say hi, I want to meet him.
Oh, yeah, he's backstage, he's lovely, yeah.
And what do they want for Christmas? What are they asking Santa
James loves
for?
balls. He loves anything spherical.
Yeah, because you went like that.
Including the planet.
Yeah.
James, he's big for his age.
Yeah.
He's, yes. We'll see. The apple fell far from the tree that time.
Yeah. And I learned, we've known each other for a little while.
Yeah.
I see you all the time, and I learned two things about you today in the meeting. I learned that towards the end of her life, you became good friends with Liz Taylor.
I did.
How did that work out?
I was, my youngest son was being born. We were in Cedars, and I bumped into, it was about an hour before Henry arrived, and I bumped into somebody outside the lift. It was Elizabeth's manager and her close friend, Tim Mendelsohn, and they said, what are you doing here? And I said, my son's about to be born. They said, oh, and I said, what are you doing here? They said, well, Elizabeth's having a stint put in her heart. It's no big deal. And I said, well, will you tell her? I said, hello, she probably won't know who I am. And they said, no, she knows who you are. And I went, oh, wow, cool. Well, tell her I said hello and I wish her the best. And they said, will do. So I got home a few days later with Henry, and I was thinking about Elizabeth and wondering how she was doing. And I called my publicist, and I said, I bumped into some people of Elizabeth Taylor's, some friends of hers. Could I send her some flowers? And my publicist said, Danica said, that's funny, I'm looking at an orchid from Elizabeth Taylor for you. I'll say, I was like, wow, that's amazing. I said, well, send that bad boy over to the house, and can I still get the flowers? So it came with a handwritten note from her. And I then, cheekily, about a week later, I said, listen, is there any chance I could go on? You okay? Just checking. About a week later, I said, could I go and see her? Is there any chance I could go and see her? I asked Danica, and she made some calls, and I got to have an audience with her, and that was the beginning of a year and a half or 2 years of what was a really cool... It's kind of like the last, feels like in my head, not her, I'm projecting, but the last kind of romantic relationship I had, which was never consummated, but...
But that's amazing. That's very sweet.
No, it was really cool. And she wasn't much of a sleeper at night. Like, I'm not, so at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'd call her. She wouldn't mind me speaking about this, because I'd be very careful of, I'd call her at 2 in the morning, and the nurse would answer the phone. I'd say, is she awake? And the nurse would say, hold on, I'll just check. And then I'd be on the phone, I'd hear, hello? And I'd go, how's it going? And we'd talk for like half an hour into the wee hours. It was really cool.
Wow.
I just adored her. She was a spectacular, spectacular woman.
That's beautiful. And that now it makes sense.
I wanted to be number 8, but we ran out of road.
It makes sense we're not friends because I go to sleep at like 9:30 or 10, so that's why you can't call me.
What time do you get up?
Well, like 7.
Well, I could just call you as I'm getting down for the night.
Okay, yeah. Let's do